Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to install the LED ambient lighting kit onto your Hyundai Elantra 2019. This is my very first personal project to my car. Install ended up taking me around 10 to 12 hours. With the research, makes it up to around 16 to 18 hours. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, trying to set up the LED for my Elantra here. Here's the kit that I got from Amazon. I got the 18 in one pack. I believe it comes with 6 LED strips, 4 sub-controllers, 1 main controller, as you can see here. And yeah, like before we get started, I'm just gonna check out how it looks like on the battery side. So let's get that set up. So I've done a little setup here, just doing a little testing. I have the sub-controller connected and this is the main controller. Let me just flip it up so you guys can see. So a little circuit test that I have here is, I'm just gonna like connect this straight to the negative port, the hot wire. And it should automatically, as you can see, it's actually turned on. It did the startup sequence and now it's using the purple color. And the sub-controller doesn't do this the main sequence. So if you have a question there, like if the main controller is off, then the sub-controller also turns off, and then as soon as the main controller is on, it will initially do the startup sequence there. Super bright outside, but yep, once it's done, then it will just automatically sync up. All right, that took a while, but I have now connected the main controller and now it's displaying the color red. So now we're gonna try out all of the sub-controllers to see if they're all working. Let me just see if I can do this one-handed as well. And there you go. If I just go to it like this, then all of that should turn red. Yep. So I'm taking this after the installation. I just realized that I didn't really show any thing about how I wired up for the main controller that connects to the lights on the panel on the dashboard. So for that one, I just connected it to the let's see here, the cluster fuse box, or I just tapped the cluster one, added a 5 amp on top of that on the tap. So it's 10 amp originally. The booklet calls for adding a 5 amp fuse, so I did exactly that. It's a 5 amp fuse. Right behind there, I don't know if you can see it from here, there's the original red fuse that goes for the actual console mechanics. So yeah, as far as the ground goes, it's kind of ran like this black cable here, and I literally just taped it, like there's an electrical tape here onto the like a frame. There's like a metal frame that is connected to ground right behind this trim here. So if you just open it up and you have the same car model as me, you should be able to find it there. It's probably not going to be a long-term solution, but good enough for now. Otherwise, there is a bolt that you can get like a ring cable and then just connect it to right behind this trim. I'm not going to be able to get there right now, but if you want to make sure that it's the cleanest install, then you can definitely take that path. So post-editing edit here, you want to open up your driver dash side panel, open up the access to the fuse box here. In my case, I used it to tap into the electricity for the main controller. I connected the ground to the chassis of the vehicle. There's a metal frame here, you might be able to see it on the photo, that I ended up using to connect to ground. All right, now that I've finished the driver's side of the lamp, I'm gonna move with the passenger side of the LED strip. I added the double-sided tape, cut it to match its actual shape and actual width here. I'm gonna put it on the silver trim right here. So it's gonna be tucked right under it. I think it's gonna look nice, so we'll see how that goes. All right, now we're checking out the door trim. Just to see the voltage, we're gonna back pin onto the ACC. In my case, it's one of the blue cables here. I'm just gonna put on a probe, see how that looks like. 0 when the headlight is on. And it should jump to 13 or 12 volts. So when it's off again, it jumps back down. So we should be good here. now we're testing it. We've already got the light to measurement, connected it to here, and this is wired to the headlight. So if I just turn it off, it will turn off, and same goes when you turn it on. Cool. All right, so now we have the door panel here. We already installed the LED here right there. Want to hold it for me real quick? Thank you. And like we have the cable kind of like passed along back here. Sub-controller is just double taped like right here. Gotta connect it to the main door. For the wiring, figured out like which one is the ACC connection that only turns on when the headlamp is on. And it's like thin enough that I can just like back pin it. Same goes to the ground, goes straight to the black, and we should be good to go. So we've just finished doing the door panel here. We have the LED strip coming in. There's a little bit of ridges on this trim particularly, but yeah, we just added some extra depth to it. I'm okay with it. It looks pretty nice, like 3D. Cable goes right behind here, like straight to the sub-controller. Sub-controller itself is powered by a back pin to the ACC that only turns on when the headlight is on. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Another update on the rear right or passenger door. We see here that the LED is almost flush. There were like ridges here on this particular trim, and I'm okay with actually having this extra depth here because it adds layers to it. But yeah, pretty happy with how it turned out at the end. So during the day, this is how it looks. I got the LED added under this trim here. It's like a little footprint there with the cable that goes behind the trim, connects to the sub-controller. Same goes with the rear door here. It's tucked nicely. And so can barely notice it. If you're not looking for it, you probably won't be able to find it. Same goes for the other one on the dash. If you look very closely, you can find it there above the trim. The other doors, you can't really tell something is up. And you turn it on, you can kind of figure out the path there. Another thing that I wanted to point it out here, so you can customize the startup sequence when you first turn on the device. It doesn't have to go with the rainbow one that comes with it by default. I really don't like that one. But instead of using the Magic Lantern app, you got to use the Lotus X. I will just add the link, or I'll just add the name to the description of the video later on. But yeah, that way you can actually customize how you want to start and stop the starting sequence, and at least that's the one that works with this particular product.